Unpacking the Buddha's First Discourse. Episode 11. Knowledge Not Thoroughly Purified. First, what do we even mean by unpacking? We can define unpacking as the intense scrutiny of traditional Buddhist and Zen texts. A scrutiny that often breaks down the text sentence by sentence, phrase by phrase, and occasionally word by word. And why even unpack at all? Because not all of us have the opportunity to regularly engage with a living, breathing, enlightened teacher. Understanding that in the Zen tradition, it's this engagement that substitutes for the critical reading of the traditional texts. And so, for those who don't have the opportunity to regularly engage with a living teacher, there must be a return to the traditional texts as teacher. And with that return is the understanding that the texts are best approached as sequences of riddles, or perhaps as sequences of landmines. And these riddles must be reconciled, these landmines cleared, if we are to truly make progress. Let's continue. Consider the following text excerpted from the Sutta, setting in motion the wheel of the Dhamma. So long, because, as my knowledge and vision of these Four Noble Truths, as they really are, in their 3 phases and 12 aspects, was not thoroughly purified in this way, I did not claim to have awakened to the unsurpassed perfect enlightenment. In this world with its devas, Mara, and Brahma, in this generation, with its ascetics and Brahmins, its devas and humans. And in aiding in the unpacking of this brief excerpt, we might consider a handful of questions. First, what does the phrase 3 phases and 12 aspects refer to in the context of the Four Noble Truths? And why is it significant that they be thoroughly purified? Next, why does the Buddha emphasize the need for knowledge and vision of the Four Noble Truths as they really are before claiming enlightenment? How does the inclusion of devas, Mara, Brahma, ascetics, and humans expand the scope of the Buddha's awakening? What might this imply about the universality or significance of his enlightenment? What does the conditional phrase, so long as was not thoroughly purified, reveal about the process and criteria for awakening according to this text? And finally, why might the Buddha have chosen to emphasize the non-claiming of enlightenment until a certain condition was met? What teaching strategy or humility might be embedded in this statement? And so we're now into the meat of Buddha's first discourse. More to come.